Like, y'all sharing locations. And he talking about flying you out here. But as we're actively together, we're going 50-50 with everything. But he gonna fly you out here.
That's the nastiest nigga back for this. It is simply Jada back with another video. Beautiful living, but I'm on True for the women and they notice me. Now they wanna listen to us, draw the city. Let me turn my mic on. Let's get into the nitty gritty. Let's get into the tea, hunty. What's been going on, y'all? I'm trying to get in the groove of doing like some sit down videos, talking y'all, just, catching a vibe. Let's see. So I'm currently on a non-alcohol cleanse. I haven't drunk any alcohol since May 25th. That's 2 weeks and 4 days. So I feel like I'm doing really good. But yeah, let's get into what we're here for. Let's get into why y'all are here. I know y'all read the title of this video and y'all like, hold on. Now she on here spilling the tea. Yes, baby, I'm on here spilling the tea. I won't be spilling no names. If you know who these stories is about, let it ride, Clyde. Let it ride, Clyde. If you know that one of these stories is about you, and we have talked about it already, no shade, no tea. Just enjoy the video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're new here, I'm Jada. But yeah, things people did to me and I still stayed. I saw one of the girlies on here make this type of video and I was like, that's such a good video that I can do. On top of that, like, it kept my attention the whole entire 36 minutes she recorded. So we finna, hey, look. Ain't this what influencers do? They influence people, baby. I was influenced. I have a list of things. Let me see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 different things on this list that people have done to me and I still stuck around. The first thing is going to be, I was friends with this big group of girls when I was in high school. None of the girls went to the same school as me. And like, it was mainly 3 of us, but they had friends. So some of them friends were my friends. And we all just used to hang out and everything. So one of the girls was having a birthday dinner, y'all. And she never gave me vibes of like, she didn't like me. But yeah, like she just never gave vibes that she didn't like me. If anything, she gave vibes of she liked me. But hey, I don't know. Don't shoot me. I'm just part of the story. So the one I was really close with, she was having a birthday dinner. And we go to the birthday dinner, y'all. I think I was probably 13 or 14. Around that time, I was experimenting with my hair. I stayed flat on it. I stayed putting color in it. I stayed doing any and everything to my hair. So I want to say for her dinner, I had pressed my hair out real good, real cute. And I had on like a denim top, some blue jeans, and I think I had on some sandals. So it was denim, sandals, silk press, and I had on some lip gloss or either some red lipstick. It was one or the other. But I was cute. I was very cute, especially for a 14-year-old. So at her birthday dinner, we all just kicking and stuff. We eating our dinner and everything. And then that's when we go to the bathroom. And in the midst of everybody being in the bathroom, something happened. I can't remember what happened. I just know what happened after the fact. So we all in the bathroom. Something had ended up happening. And she turns at me and she like, you look a mess. In front of everybody that was around us, y'all. In front of her friends, in front of the other girl that it was like 3 of us, in front of the other girlfriends, and told us about like 10 people in that bathroom, and in front of her cousins too. And I'm just like, I look a mess. And she was like, yeah, you look a mess. Like, you look a mess. And I'm just like, okay, because what does somebody supposed to say to that? Genuinely, what does somebody supposed to say to that? It's a whole bunch of people around, and you telling me I look a mess in front of everybody in the bathroom when I genuinely thought that I was cute, which I was cute. So I want to say we ended up going back to the table and everything, and like the vibes was definitely off after that, but I still stayed because I didn't want to be like the ruin her birthday, but she low-key ruined her own birthday, because why are you talking to somebody like that on your birthday? And that right there showed me, I was like, yeah, this friendship not gonna last long and stuff. And I genuinely believe probably like 2 to 3 months after that, me and her never spoke ever again. Ever again. And I just knew, like, after that happened, I was probably gonna always be the eyeball or the girl that didn't really like friend groups, because there's always somebody in that friend group that's just very nasty towards somebody in that friend group. So I don't know where she at now. I don't know what she doing. I hope she's okay. But girl, you have me up. You have me up, and you don't look better than me. I'm just say that. Next one was, oh my God, y'all. This one, I about had a heart attack. I literally about had a heart attack. So I want to say it was like at the end of September, when this person had started coming around, and they was just like very sweet and kind and stuff. They didn't give me the vibes of that they was crazy, like, but they was chill and stuff. Like, when I say I was around this person every single day, I was around them every single day. And it was one particular day, we was out riding around. They was in the back seat chilling and stuff. It was me, somebody was in the passenger seat, and they was in the back seat. They chilling and stuff. We all like chit chatting, talking and everything, vibing, doing what we do. And I want to say one of us was like, let's get something to eat. I really didn't have an appetite, so I was like, let's just get something from McDonald's. And up here in Memphis, it's a very, very busy like stretch. It's called Poplar Avenue. If you're familiar, then you know. We went to the McDonald's that was on Poplar, across from, I think it's like Season 52 or something. I think that's the area. Don't quote me, but I think it is. So we sit, after we get our food, we sit in the parking lot eating the food, and like the windows cracked and stuff. I want to say the back windows was down a little bit. The person in the back seat, I guess they got mad about like their food or something, and instead of telling us, they jumped out the car and started running around. They started running around McDonald's and on Poplar Avenue. And it's busy as hell, y'all. It's like a Saturday, probably at like 5 p.m. And he just running around, losing his mind, yelling. And we like, get back in the car. There's people out there staring at us. Like, this person had genuinely lost their mind. And after that, I was just like, yeah, like, now that I know how this person is, I gotta low-key keep my distance, but at the same time, I have to be around them. So now when we go places, when it comes to stopping to get food, I'm very iffy on that, because I'm low-key traumatized. And after they did that day, it was like, yeah, we just gonna go back to the crib, chill. Like, you do what you do, we're gonna do what we do. But this story is really funny because it's actually about my dog. I don't know if y'all can see him. He over there drinking him some water. I think y'all can see him. It's about Sage. Sage jumped out of the window, y'all, and took off running in McDonald's parking lot on Poplar. And there was people out there looking at us like we was crazy. And I bet they thought we probably stole him or something, or it wasn't our dog, but it was our dog. We only had him for 2 weeks. He barely knew us, we barely knew him. We did not think his crazy up out that window. And he'd go running back into the room. I don't know what he got going on. Next. Oh, in college, y'all. College, I'm not gonna say college was bad for me, because if anything, I had way too much fun in college. But it started getting to like when my senior year came, both of my uncles passed away. One on my grandma's side, one on my grandpa's side. It's my mom's brothers. So, and they're both one was her big brother, one was her baby brother. So it was like, let me see. It was October 2023, y'all. And my uncle had passed away. And this was right after homecoming. Was it after homecoming? Was it before? I'm not sure, y'all. I know some years like JSU would have their homecoming in October. I really feel like it's always been in October. I don't think it ever stretched over into November. But don't quote me on that. So I'm just like, wow, my uncle passed away. And at the time, me and my ex, we weren't together. I think I had just broke up with him. And like, we weren't together and this and that. And I was like enjoying myself and everything. But I had friends, but I just didn't want to put that load on them. And being at the time, me and my ex had been together for 3 years. So I was just like, of course I'm finna confide in him with this. Of course I'm finna let him know what's going on. Like, we are freshly broke up. It should be no love lost. If anything, he should be happy that I came to him about this, because you wouldn't want somebody that you've been with for 3 years up like 2-3 hours away from their family and they're grieving. So when I found out that my uncle had passed, I immediately like went over to his apartment and I told him everything, and he kind of had just like was consoling me for days, y'all. Like, I want to say at that time it was getting close to, what was it? I can't remember, but it was something going on with him and his line brothers. So like he was missing a lot of that type of stuff that was going on and everything. But what I didn't know was he had started talking to somebody right after we had just broke up. I strongly don't think that he started talking to them after we broke up. I think he had been talking to them and was just keeping them put up. So in the midst of me grieving and everything, he's like being very avoidant, but still is having me around him and everything. I'm just like, what's going on? Like, you acting very weird. Like, he was doing stuff out of the ordinary, y'all. I was finding stuff in his room. Like, if you know, you know, I was finding stuff in his room that was never a part of the relationship and stuff. And I was like, this is so weird. So I had finally got from around him, and I want to say, like, I was going somewhere and I had called him and I was just like, just be real with me. Like, what's going on? Are you talking to somebody new? Like, do you just want to end this completely? And he was just like, I think I just need time to myself. You making me feel like somebody in my family died. Like, this is starting to become overwhelming. On top of that, I'm missing a lot of stuff going on with my line brothers, this, da, da, da. And I'm just like, you know what? You hang up on you, not in the mood. I'm gonna let you do what you do, because I'm gonna do what I do. And the way that I'm gonna grieve is gonna be how I take it. So, it was like, was it the homecoming game or was it a classic that was going on? I can't remember what it was, but we was playing like a big rivalry. I think it was Alcorn. So the night before the game, he's like texting my phone and calling me, cussing me out. And I'm just like, what the is your problem? I'm sitting here grieving. Whatever you sitting here on my phone yelling and cussing about ain't got nothing to do with me. I haven't did anything to you. I don't call you. I don't bother you. Like, it's dead. Like, the relationship is dead. And he's like, you egged my car, this, that, da, da, da. And I'm just like, who the egged your car? I don't even have eggs. I don't got no eggs in my room. Matter of fact, I didn't have any groceries at all. And you sit here calling my phone saying I egged your car? And I'm sitting here in the middle of grieving, and you think I'm gonna go out my way to egg your car? Wrong. And come to find out, y'all, months later, when we had got back cool and we was just friends and whatnot, he gonna say, nobody egged my car. I just wanted to talk to you.
Are you crazy?
You called a grieving lady phone, and instead of asking how they're doing, do they need anything? Are they okay? Is there anything you can do to help them? You want to fuss and argue, accusing me of egging your car. How f*** you? Hey, hey. So a couple months later, we ended up getting back cool and stuff, and a whole bunch of stuff just kept happening, child. And we eventually broke up, but I just look back on stuff like that and realize how much a person really didn't care for you. They just kept you around for the benefit, or like what you could do for them, or how you could make them feel, or just for the simple fact they were selfish and they didn't want nobody talking to you, but they didn't want you themselves. Because in nobody's right mind will you sit there and put an extra load on somebody that's grieving an uncle that they've known their whole entire life, that watched them grow up. Talking about intermediate family. This is my mom, baby brother. And you called my phone asking me, did I egg your car? So I was just like, being up here at school right now is not the best thing for me. And on top of that, my uncle's funeral was coming up. So I ended up going back home for probably about 2-3 days. That was the worst decision I could have ever made. I had got pulled over by a state trooper on my way going home. I was going 90 and a 50, y'all. Luckily, I got that ticket written up, I got the ticket written up, but I was just like, I have got to get away from this demon. No shade though. I really wish the best for that person. I hope they're doing good. I hope they're flourishing in life. But that was very messed up. That's very messed up. This next one kind of really hit home. Because when I have friends or when I call somebody my best friend, I get to thinking about, oh my God, they're going to be the godparent to my child. They're going to be one of my bridesmaids. They're going to be there for they're going to be at my baby showers, my gender reveals. They're going to be there for every important milestone that I hit in my life. But now that I think about it, it's really messed up because I've never been done this way before. So I had this friend, and I'm not going to say when I had this friend because some people may be able to figure out who I'm talking about. So I'm just not going to say when I had this friend. I'm not going to say where I had this friend. But I had a friend, y'all, and we used to hang out every single day, like every single day. When we wake up, we on the phone. When we get off the phone, we texting. We hanging out every day, all day. Like, you seen them, you seen me. You seen me, you see them. So this person was in a relationship, and the relationship was never they just was never on good terms, honestly. They was never on good terms, and I used to tell them, I'd be like, bro, you either gonna be with them or you're not gonna be with them. Just don't drag me into your mess. And that's like, I'm gonna talk to them about everything, and it's not. As time goes on, I guess the relationship just get worse, and this person just like, well, I don't want to break up with him, but I also want to explore. We basically was on Love Island, y'all. So they started exploring, but the person they started exploring with was a very close person to their partner. And when I say very close person, I mean a very close person to their partner. And the person that they was messing around with kept it P. I ain't never seen nothing like it. Never seen nothing like it. But he kept it P. And there will be times where she'll just pop up at my place and she'll be like, well, I told him I'm finna do this, so I'm just leave my stuff here and I'm gonna go over there. Cause her and the guy she was with shared location, so he would be able to see like where she is, what she's doing, you know, this, that. So I was her scapegoat. And she would be with him for hours, y'all. Like, she would stay the night over there and her boyfriend would think she was with me. And I started realizing, like, the only time you come over here is for that. I started realizing the only time she calls my phone now is to see if I'm at home so she can come drop her, you know, electronics off and go over there. And then I started to realize when I wanted to do stuff, she wouldn't want to do it. But when she wanted to do stuff, it would be stuff that consists of the person she was cheating with. And she would throw a fit if we didn't want to go. And we, as in me, and it was like 2 other people that we was all in a friend group. And it started to become a really big deal because we would all make plans to go do this and go do that. And she just would be the only one that would flake every single time. And when it was time to go hang out, she would act so uninterested. And I'm just like, what is the problem? What's going on? Never figured out what was going on. Never figured out like the bottom of everything. Me and her didn't. I'm not sure how her dynamic with other people went because they just had their own type of friendship going on. So I ended up telling her, I was like, I feel like the only time you want to hang out is when it has to pertain to anything that this person you're cheating with has going on. Like, you don't care if you see me or hear from me if you and this person not finna go hang out, because you're using me as your scapegoat. And that had really affected me because I genuinely had thought I found a good friend. But it's like, the girls be horrible friends, but good to these nothing ass niggas. And I hate to say that. I really hate to say that. Like, there would be a lot more sisterhoods if the energy and the effort and the time that women put into these relationships with these men was the same effort, time, and energy that they put into these relationships with women. Because I'm very big on sisterhood. I have 2 sisters. So I was just like, this is exactly why. Like, I seen the red flags. and from past stories that she used to tell me how her friendships went, like those were red flags. Like it kind of had started. I started hearing a pattern. So that's when I just realized, like, she was using me, and I figured the friendship wasn't gonna get anywhere after like the time and place where it was ended. So yeah, now like I just be on the edge about everything. I'm always making sure, like, if I'm included in something, that I'm looking out for myself and not looking out for nobody else, because you ain't finna use me for anything. You ain't finna use me for anything. I don't have nothing going on. I can't help you with 2026. Matter of fact, I can't help you with up until 2030. Where we were when it was time for us to like all go back home and stuff. Me and this person had finally talked about everything, and we came to the conclusion that we just wasn't gonna be friends. Which the reason why we wasn't gonna be friends no more is because you didn't benefit from being friends with me. Because the only reason you were being friends with me was to use me as your scapegoat. So, it's no beef with this person at all though. Like, we probably communicate once a year, and it just be on some random stuff. Like, they'll probably comment on something I post, or I'll probably comment on something they post, or that's literally it. That's all. And I wish the best for this person. I still have them on social media, and I see that they're doing big things. So I never wish any harm or hatred towards anybody. It's just, I understand that we were younger, so like our mindsets was very different, and they probably just didn't realize the value of the friendship that we had, which is fine, but they'll never get to experience me as a person ever again. This next story, y'all, it kind of hits home for me because I still think about this to this day, and it really ruined a very, very good friendship that I had. And me and this person don't have no beef at all. We talked about it. This is my experience. I just want to make that clear for every story I'm telling. This is my experience. I'm not here to bash nobody. I'm not here to make anybody look bad, feel bad, or I'm not even here trying to get nobody to reach out to me. Actually, do not reach out to me. Forget I exist. So, I had this friend I was with for years, y'all. And, like, I always... What does this clown want? Sage sitting here in my lap. Y'all can't see him, but he's right here. You done hit your head. Say hey to the people. Say hey to the people. Okay. You need to go lay down. Because you done ate that whole collagen stick. And you stink. And I'm trying to record. He want to hit a T. So, me and this friend, we literally did everything together. And I stayed, like, taking trips, going to go see them, going to go visit them, and vice versa. And around the time we were friends, y'all, I stayed with a big lump sum of cash. Well, not lump sum of cash. I just stayed, like, my bank account was loaded overly. And I looked at this person as family. They were family to me. They could not do any wrong in my eyes. They couldn't say anything and I wouldn't agree with them. Not saying that I was a yes man, but me and this person was just like, so honestly, like, the same emotion that they would have, I would be having the same way that they felt, I would feel. We was one person. We was in tune. We were equally yoked. So there wasn't anything that I wouldn't do for this person. So their birthday was coming up, and around that time when their birthday was coming up, the weather was reverting to summertime. So y'all know April showers bring May flowers. It wasn't doing nothing but storming in the month of April. And when I say storming, I'm talking about flooded, power lines were down, power was out, National Guard had to help people. People were stuck because it was flooded very bad. So they was like, it's okay, don't come because I don't have any plans. And on top of that, the weather is bad. And I'm just like, okay. So when they was like, don't come for their birthday, I ended up going to go do something else. So as I'm doing something else, I let them know, I was like, okay, I'm gonna send you $500 for your birthday, and like, you don't have to pay me this back. I'm doing this out of the kindness of my heart. It's my birthday gift to you. I want you to have a good birthday. Please, like, do what you need to, do what you want to with this money. Do not feel bad about it. I am giving this to you because I love you. So I give them the money, and they was like, thank you. Like, I'm really mad that you're not coming up here and stuff. And I'm just like, bro, you told me not to come. Like, if you want me to come, I would literally pack my bags right now and come because I already took off work for it. And they were like, no, it's okay because the weather's still bad, and I really don't have any plans for my birthday. So I'm just like, okay. So time goes on, probably like a month passed, and I'm starting to realize, like, our messages is getting shorter and shorter and shorter. The phone calls is going from like 5 phone calls a day to 0. Very quick, very fast. So June, July come. When July come, I'm like, I'm the only one that keeps reaching out. I think I'm gonna pull my energy back and just see how many times we talk if I'm not the only one reaching out. And when I tell y'all, from the month of July to the month of October, I didn't hear anything from this person. It was one night I was very upset because I was like, I cannot believe like the friendship died, and I had no idea what happened. I had no idea what was going on. So I reached out to them. I was like, what happened? Like, what happened? What's tea? And they basically told me that they felt like I gave them that $500 as a guilt gift. As a guilt gift. You think I'm finna give you $500 because I feel guilty? If anything, that $500 was wrapped with love, baby, with a pink bow on it. Written specifically for you. So I'm just like, are you serious? I literally have the messages of you telling me that not to come because you don't have nothing planned. The weather is bad, so we're basically going to be in the house all weekend. So they was just like, yeah, but I just still feel like you sent me that because you had other stuff you wanted to do. I'm just like, you wanted me to sit in the house for your birthday when I sent you money for your birthday because you told me not to come. So of course I'm gonna go find me something else to do. I got 4 days of work off. I done took off already. I'm not finna sit in the house bored because the weather wasn't bad where I was. So, and they eventually was just like, yeah, well, it's not like we wasn't gonna ever talk again. But I was just like, the question is, when did you even plan on trying to talk to me about this? And it's just be stuff like that. That's not even my kindness being shown for weakness. That's my kindness being taken for granted. It's being taken for granted. And it's not weakness or anything. It's just like people think that I have malicious intent behind something when that's never the case. Never the case. I do everything with love. Every single thing I do is filled with love. Never any hatred. Never any, I'm going to do this to make up for this. I don't do makeup gifts because I'm a genuine person. I never had to make up for anything. Never had to make up for anything. I was gifting them that money for their birthday, and because I knew like they had a lot of stuff going on at the time, so I was like, let me just do this out the kindness of my heart. Take a load off you. So yeah, y'all, that was the time I got accused of gifting somebody $500 as a guilt gift. If I'm feel guilty, I'm gonna keep $500 to myself. Y'all know that, right? Hey. Next one. Oh, and to finish off that last story that I just told y'all about the $500 gift, we eventually just never spoke again. But we didn't end on like no bad terms. We probably talk once a year or two. It's never on just like having a conversation. We never call each other phone. We never text at all. Like it's no bad blood. Can y'all see these hoes right here? Sage chewed up my bunny. Yeah, it's never no bad blood or anything. Like if that person tried to reach out to me today to rekindle things, of course I'm be all for it. I just won't be sending no $500 no more. No shade. This one really had like this story is what made me realize you never know what somebody is doing behind your back. Because my man that I thought was my man wasn't my man. Which is fine because I'm always in the back of my head waiting on like something to go wrong. Because I'm always prepared for the worst. You don't have to get ready if you stay ready. So I kind of already figured that this person had a lot of stuff going on. When I say a lot of stuff, I figured that they had a lot of cheating they were doing, a lot of sneaking and geeking they were doing, shall I say. And the signs were there, the red flags were there, but I just needed the proof for myself. So I ended up getting my proof and everything. I ended up talking to the person, and they were like, yeah, we share locations and this, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, share locations? Y'all share locations? And she was like, yeah, like, he said when his location is at this place, it's because he's doing this. And when he's at this place, it's because he's doing that. And I'm like, you do understand I'm with this person every single day. I'm with this person every single day. And it literally clicked in my mind, y'all. It clicked in my mind. I was like, this is the reason why this person never wanted to come to my apartment. Because, hold on. Like, this is the reason why this person never want to come to my apartment, because they would have to figure out how would they tell this person, like, what they're doing or where they're at. They would have to have proof that they're actually doing this to the person. And she told me that he was going to fly her out where we were as me and him was actively together.
Show. Then you acting like you wasn't never talk. You was finna go see Delane in the Airbnb in this before. Oh, you motherfucker.
So I'm like, y'all sharing locations. And he talking about flying you out here. But as we're actively together, we're going 50-50 with everything. But he gonna fly you out here. With what money? With what money? And like, it was a whole sharing location thing that had threw me off because me and this person never shared locations. And I'm just like, this is so sneaky. This was so sneaky. He was sharing locations with his side piece. Feeding the side piece lies. Selling hopes and dreams. Sneaking and geeking. And after all that had blew over, I was just like, bro, I don't think I'll ever be able to trust a person fully ever again. And even like, the person don't even have to do anything to me. It's just me not being able to fully trust a person ever again, because you never know what somebody's done behind your back. It don't have to be like on no cheating stuff, but it's still different ways to disrespect your partner in a relationship without having to cheat. So that kind of altered my brain chemistry, because I could not fathom wrapping my head around, how are you sharing locations with somebody that's 8 hours away, and you scared to come over to my place because you think they gonna find out. How would they find out and they 8 hours away? But y'all share location. It's not gonna tell them anything, you know that, right? So it was just like a lot of stuff that I wanted to do that the person couldn't do, because they would have to figure out an excuse to tell the side piece. So yeah, y'all, it was a very big messy situation. Like, still to this day, I just be like, that was very weird. And I really feel like the side piece kept talking to them after, like, she found out everything, which is fine, because hey, you're gonna be a dummy. I was once a dummy too, and it took me like 2 years to figure out I was a dummy. But once I figured out I was a really big dummy and I was the bird on the ground, not the bird in the sky, I left him alone. So both of the parties that was involved in that was just, I left that person alone, child. You gonna do what you do. But if you think that you fit to half step with me because you trying to save face with this side piece, and you want to keep sharing location stuff, and you want to fly people out here, I'm gonna get on down. So yeah, let me see. I kind of don't want to talk about these last two. Yeah, I'm not gonna talk about them last two because this was very juicy. I think I want to actually do a separate video on those story times. But all in all, y'all, when somebody do something crazy to you, don't stay. Don't stay, because it's gonna keep getting crazy and crazy. And they're gonna show you as a magistrate. They're gonna show you a magistrate. And don't be nobody. Don't go to nobody magic show for free. If you're gonna be somebody clown at their magic show, get you some money out of it. Get something out of it. Please get something out of it. But I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I know y'all got y'all some tea. If y'all figure out who these story times about, hey, this is my experience. And you can't say nothing about what I done told y'all until you experience it for yourself. And some of y'all probably have experienced it for yourself, and y'all the bird on the ground, not the bird in the sky. That ain't got nothing to do with me. But I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see y'all in the next one. Bye. Mwah.